Hey, what's up guys? Lashmajan from Toggr and I have a smartwatch to talk about in this video. Hey, but this smartwatch is not supposed to be on my hand, but it is to be on my kid's hand. Yes, this is a smartwatch for kids and for their safety. If you are a parent like me, you will be anxious about your kids' safety. Why not? World has ample reasons for you to get worried about your child's safety when they are at school or public places, or when you are at work and you constantly think about your child. And if you are a working couple, there are more reasons for you to be worried about your child. So there are many tracking devices, so watches that tracks the children's movement, and Toggr is one such smartwatch. Toggr is from a company based out of Bangalore, Magnasoft, and they have come up with this smartwatch Toggr. And in this video I am going to talk about this. Is it a good watch to have as a parent for your kid, and what can go right or what's wrong with this watch? So Toggr is available in three colors: blue, which I have right now, green and pink. So this watch is aimed at kids, so it comes with some nice colors: blue, green and pink, which are the sort of go after colors for kids, made of polycarbonate material. So sturdy look wise, it looks good and simple basic functional design, and the front has a oblong digital watch face, and on the right side you have three buttons, which is for the top one is a call button, or basically say call a receiver button. So when there is a incoming call, the child can press this button to answer. And the middle one is a power on off button as well as call disconnect button. And then we have something called a win button. Win is short form for when in need. So when the child is at an emergency situation and wants to reach out to you, he can press the win button. Because there is no dialer in this watch, so you have to press this win. The kid has to press this win button so that the call can get through you or anyone whom you have assigned on the app. I'll talk about that in a while. And the left side has the compartment where you can have the where you have the SIM slot as well as the port for charging. So it uses a micro USB port. You can use your any micro USB cable to charge this phone, and it is secured by a flap, and that's one minor concern for me, because I find it difficult to pull this flap out. So there is a small protrusion over there which I feel that I will damage it, and hence it make it very difficult for me to open the flap. But as of now it's working. I am doing the job, but how long it will hold on, only time can tell. So I've been using it just for a couple of days, so I can't really take a long shot on the quality of this flap. But otherwise looks good. It has a very nice strap, thick strap, and it's quite a little bulky, but then it's a kid's watch and they won't mind. And then on the front or the bottom you have the microphone, and on the top you have the speaker. And then there is a 3D sensor at the back, which is to count the steps. Yes, the phone does have a pedometer, so it tracks the steps your child makes. On the direct sunlight, display quality is very bad. You cannot read anything under direct sunlight, so the display quality is plain bad under direct sunlight. So design wise, I am pleased except for the minor concern about the flap. And I think one of the whole idea of having such a flap is that this is a water resistant watch. It's not a waterproof but a water resistant watch. So the flap secures the SIM tray, SIM port as well as the power port. Now that's the design part of this watch. So you have to download a Toggr app from which is available for both Android as well as iOS. So you download the app, you register yourself. So you need to sign in with your name. You can have any name, and you need a 10-digit mobile number. And finally, it also makes sure that you have some profile picture. Without the profile picture, it doesn't complete the setup. So you need a profile picture also for the setup to complete. So once you register, when you buy this smartwatch, you get a QR code. So you scan the QR code, and then the app takes you to the home page. From the home page, you can add two more members to the as your partner or your guardian of the child. So you can have 2 more family members and have their numbers feeded in. So as far as the children, you can have as many children added on the app. So that's the registration part of the app. And from the app, what you can do, and then there is a zones, so you can mark different zones. So you can mark your home apartment as a home zone. You can have a school zone, and if the child goes to a music class or somewhere, you can mark that also as a safe zone. So as long as when the child is in the safe zone, the call functionality is muted, and also when they step out of the safe zone, you get a notification. So you know when the child is in the safe zone, when the child moves out of the safe zone, so you get constantly alerted if he or she moves out of the assigned safe zones. In the home page, you find the battery remaining in the watch, as well as the location and timeline. Location shows you the exact location where your child is based on the Google Map. You can pinpoint locate your kid. So I suppose that kid wears the watch, so a pinpoint locates where the watch is. If he or she forgets the watch at home and goes to school, it will show, of course, the home location. So, and there is also a timeline, so it also shows in every day's timeline, or you can shows a calendar. You can backtrack the day. It shows you when she stepped out or in safe zone, where all she moved. Tracking, we can see the movement of the child, the timeline. And it also shows from the map. When you do the location, from the app itself. You also can call the child. The watch face shows the mobile network, GPS, battery remaining, time in 24 hours format, and the steps covered by the child. And the time it shows as a 24 hours format, and there is no wait. You can change to 12 hours format. For a smartwatch, for safety purpose, 2 things are required to be efficiently working: track functionality and calling feature. Let's talk about the calling feature. The speaker is loud. The microphone offers good clarity. The calling is good. So you can hear the child's voice cleanly, and the child also can clearly hear your voice. It's loud. And now, talking about the tracking functionality. It tracks really well. So it has a GPS. Of course, it all depends on the mobile network. Tracks the kid's location accurately. So it has a good GPS locator, and it pinpointly shows you on the Google Map, on the watch, in the app, where the child is located. So both these features work very well. When a child wants to call you, she can just press the win button in case of emergency. Otherwise, if she has to reach to you, she can press the win button, and press the win button, and you hear it gets connected to the first number that is assigned on the phone. If the first person doesn't pick the call, it goes to the second number, and the third number depends on how many numbers you are assigned. Maximum you can have 3. And you also get a SMS message on the alert that is received from this watch with the location detail, plus the app constantly beeps till you mute it or clears the win. One downside I found is that when you press the win, it is not discreet. It makes a dial sound which is loud, because it comes out of the speaker. It's loud. So at certain occasions or certain events, this could be a downside. You don't want at some instances or some events, you don't want the attention of the dialer to be heard around to others. So the dialer on the win is not discreet. And the battery life is poor. Simple. It lasted for me to around 9 hours to 10 hours, because the GPS is always on and the pedometer is always on. There is no opt-out. So battery drains like anything. So maximum I was able to get around 9 to 10 hours. Toggr says that this is the world's first connected smartwatch with a community. Yeah, so they call this as a Toggr community. So what it does is that when a child is in an emergency situation and you cannot reach out to the kid immediately, it takes time for you to reach to the kid's location. You can check the map and it shows the parents around the vicinity where your child is, and you can reach out to those parents and ask them to help the child till you reach the spot. It's a good feature. Of course, I know that you have many helping hands, But what is worrying for me is that it's a built-in feature. There is no opt-in or opt-out, so you are mandatorily in the map. So your privacy is compromised. So your location is visible to all those who checks on the map around you. And I mean all those who have the Toggr watch, and the parents who own a Toggr watch and are logged into the app. Like a consumer or user to have a power where you want to opt in or opt out of a service and not bundled by default. Toggr Smartwatch is available for rupees 2,499, but there is also a subscription cost to it. So that works to rupees 599 or $9 for 6 months. So every 6 months you need to renew the subscription, otherwise you'll be logged out of the app. You cannot use the app. So if you are subscribed, till the time you are subscribed, you can use the services like tracking. Toggr works good the way it's supposed to be, because it has a very good calling functionality is good, tracking feature is good, the app interface is simple and neat. What I don't like, of course, is that mandatory opt-in for Toggr community. Plus the battery life is poor, and also I'm bothered about the flap. So these are the minor concerns which I have, and privacy being of course a major concern. So otherwise the Toggr works well on what it's supposed to be as a tracker, as well as a safety watch for the kids with a calling functionality. So that's about the Toggr smartwatch. Hope you enjoyed this video. So give a like if you like this video, and of course subscribe to our channel. This is Lakshmajan signing off at Techraman. Have a great day. Cheers.